Hello and welcome to another training documentary video. Today we'll be going over an upper session, which means delts, pecs, back and arms. I will explain how I approach certain things, the reasoning behind some of the decisions I'm making, and this way you can get valuable insights and ideas and improve your training quality. I'm Panos, let's smash it. I start the session with dumbbell lateral raises, and I really like to use relatively low weights here and focus on isolating my lateral delt. This inevitably means that I'm going for higher reps. Of course, before jumping on my first set, I did 3 warm-ups just to feel my side delt working and build up the weight. I generally like to approach failure to the point where I cannot do another full rep, but I probably had another 2 or 3 reps here because it's a really new schema. Actually, that's the first week I'm doing it, so I'm taking it easy. It might seem kind of unconventional starting with side delts as the first exercise, but the benefit is that the fatigue generated is basically 0. So when I jump into the second exercise, I'm still fully fresh. Also now my shoulders are already 100% warmed up and ready for the next exercise, which is incline bench press. Starting again with some warm-up sets just to build up the weight and try to feel my chest working. So I'm basically building up the mind-muscle connection as the warm-ups progress. This way, on my first working set, I'm 100% ready to feel my chest and smash it. I know that the weight is not that much because it's only been a month since I started doing those, and to be honest, the weight itself is just one parameter in the equation of lifting. I would really rather focus on control, mind-muscle connection and intensity, and the weight will go up with time. If it doesn't, then something else is off and something else needs to be fixed. I am focusing on a really big stretch and a small pause to eliminate momentum. I probably had 1 more rep here, but I'm still considering a really solid set, so I will take it. Even though this is my second test exercise, I will still do 1 to 2 warm-up sets to make sure that my first working set is of a really high quality, because I'm only doing 2 sets for most exercises, and if I somehow manage to screw up the first, it means that the quality of half of my exercise is off. So I would rather spend 2, 3, 5 or even more minutes warming up and make sure that I'm 100% prepared.
It was at this moment he knew. He fucked up.
Again, a back off set follows here with less weight and higher reps. In the last harder reps, I am really getting the temptation to break my form and let other muscles get involved in the movement. But these are the reps that will dictate how much muscle I am gonna gain from the session. So I try to be as strict as possible and don't let other muscles take over.
I probably had 2 more in this little beach. Ooh. Ooh.
I only got 6 reps here, and realistically I don't think I could do more without breaking form. And that's it for the test. 5 solid sets are more than enough, at least for me. Moving on to the back, where I start with pull-ups. So I warm up my lats with a few sets on the cable, and then a few more on the pull-up bar, where I gradually increase the resistance. I'm really focusing on controlling the negative and having a big and nice stretch at the bottom with a small pause to eliminate momentum again. I like to approach pull-ups as a compound for my whole back, and I try to contract and retract it as a whole. I am also trying to do the pulling part as explosively as possible. The last set is a back off drop set, where I use the band only in the last few reps to hit a higher rep range. I generally don't like using bands as much because they ruin the resistance profile of most movements, making the stretch part of each rep way easier. After the vertical row, I am moving to a horizontal one with bent over rows. I am not spending so much time warming up here as my back is already on fire from the pull-ups, so 1 to 2 sets should be enough just to get me in the groove of the movement again and get my lower back 100% ready. And basically, as the session progresses, I tend to do less and less warm-up sets because I'm already warmed up. You might look at this and think that I'm swinging a bit too much, or that my lower back is too bended, but that is exactly what I want. I want to fully retract and contract as much of my back as possible and give some non-isometric stimulus to my posterior chain. Here my grip slipped, but my back had at least 2 to 3 more reps, so I am just fixing my grip and going for more. And finishing off with some arm work. I will do the triceps first, because after 5 sets of pulling movements, my biceps are basically pretty fatigued and they are not gonna be able to perform at their maximum capacity, so I will give them 5 to 10 minutes to rest before hitting them again. I just try to work on full range of motion and working a few reps away from failure. Once I get more used to the movement, as the weeks of the program progress, I will start pushing at failure and even beyond with some lengthened partials as a finisher. And the exact same applies for my bicep curls. 2 sets, full range of motion, trying to feel my bicep contracting and retracting as much as I can. As you can notice, I try to fight the eccentrics back and also feel my biceps on the way down. Not bad for 230 pounds, huh? There is still some decent definition. The goal over the next 6 months is to slowly reach 250, so about 2 pounds per month, while staying as lean as possible, of course, but I will probably get fat. If you want to be a part of the journey, subscribe to the channel to follow along. See you on the next one!